Hello everybody, we are working on the Ami once again, so we're going to finish off the front today. You might notice that I've got a dodgy eye, and that is because at the weekend, while I wasn't working, I still managed to get metal in my eye. You could do all the grinding etc. in the workshop. As soon as you get home, you still get metal in your eye. I don't know how I've done it. Went to the hospital last night and they couldn't get it out, and they said we can't get it out until Tuesday, so I've got to try and make this video today. Finalising some bits on the front of the Ami, which is pretty much not a lot, but we can hopefully get it on the floor after some modifications and the installation of the bags that we've got for it. So bear with me. Charlie's going to bring me some stuff in a bit. Going to paint some stuff and get it all on the car. First I've got to rip off the standard struts and cut some brackets off them. These brackets right here, so these are what hold the brake lines. I'm going to basically weld these tabs onto our bottom brackets, and then I am going to paint them and put them in the car. So with the one eye, let's crack on. Right, so we've got a pair of brake line tabs ready to be welded onto the car. So before I do that, I just want to do something else which is completely not the same area, but one thing on this car that I know 100% that is going to not allow the car to air out as much as I would like, and you're probably thinking you're an absolute nut job, but every millimeter counts. So underneath this car, annoyingly, is flat front to back. Like, this is the sill. Pretty much everything is flat apart from the subframe, which hangs down about 15 mil, which means the sills will never sit flush against the floor. However, what's going to stop it even further more than that is these lower control arm bolts right here. Now these stick down about 20 mil off the bottom. So if you think this and the subframe not being flush with this rail here, that's going to stop the front airing out quite a lot. So now obviously we need the bolt because it holds the control arm in, but I have a solution for that, and that is a countersunk bolt. So that is going to go in here. We're going to countersink the hole. That's going to sit flush with this, going to hold the control arm in. Jobs are good. Get this bolt out, going to drill this one, make sure it's all working sweet, and then we will have 20 mil extra drop. One, two. Struts next. I had these sent off to the machine shop to get this hole here opened up because basically this hole was touching the Allen key, so we didn't have any adjustments. So they're back now. We can now weld the brackets, which are here. Just tack them onto there like that, and then we have our brake tabs on there. Paint these up, get it on the car. Oh, nice. Give them a lick of paint, get them on the car. Powder coating service.
What an action shot that is.
Oh, the lorry behind it. Digger.
What'd you call me?
The lorry. And because we're chasing millimeters on this project, I am gonna literally take this plastic shielding off, cut it down that edge because it bolts into the side there, cut that edge off, and then we'll never have a problem with this falling off down the road, because I have a feeling that if this cracks, which by the quality of the rest of the car, it will probably fall off and drag and be really annoying. So I'm just going to literally cut it off. It's the barrel man. See, my camera's doing that thing now. You said my camera wasn't broken.
Your camera works.
No, it's literally broken.
It's broken when you use it.
You're going to watch this video back and you'll understand. It's doing it again. 0.9 and it'll work.
Cut it a little thin.
Ooh, what are you doing? What are these?
These are for
This?
my... Yeah.
What is it for?
These are for my 36
Is that it?
V8 drift car.
Post picture here. Point. Nice. Hang on. Is 1 mil lower and then we got rid of the plastic. What do you think about that?
Every inch counts.
We all want an extra inch, don't we? Let's go. This is why we get metal in our eye. What do you do?
It's hot.
All right.
I was so confused.
There you go, you can carry on.
Alright, okay.
Now, is that good?
Yeah. Cool.
Too high?
You'll be fine.
Okay, good. Now that is one pair of struts, fully made for the Yami. So now, where can they go?
On the Annie.
Whee! Let's go. Woo! Success. I've also set the dampening to maximum soft, so that's going to drive like a Bentley now, I think. That's the word. All right, cool. We have a fully fitted pair of bags to the front of the Yami. Finally, all bolted up. I've put a lot of camber on it. I don't think I need that much, but I'm just figuring out where the wheels want to sit. Got to figure out where this lead line wants to go. Probably just going to follow the chassis down here. This is the front air line, so connect that, B-clip this to the chassis or whatever, that'd be good. And yeah, get these front wheels to fit, because we need quite a lot of camber on the front to clear the arches, but it's going to have that drift car stance on it. You like drift cars, don't you?
I am just guy.
That is a lot of tilt. We need to probably dial some of that back. I've said this before, but it's too much, but the wheels will not fit otherwise. 6.5J. Oh yeah, that's what drives the engine. That belt. We have air in the front and the back. Let's get it on the floor, see if it lays flat. Go back, then air it out. On your left hand, on the floor. Press R. Oh, you got to turn it on like a car. Now air it out. There. No, you're good. And the back. And the front. What? Oh. It's done it again, hang on. The bags are not compressing. Stamp on it.
Right, do it. Go in there and air it up.
Alright. Is it aired flat?
It needs something at the front.
Is it on the floor? Jump on the front? Oh, it still needs a bit more. Oh, this is a problem. Right, so Amy is back on the lift. In the last few clips, you just saw us basically messing about and figuring out that the Amy doesn't want to lay flat against the ground. While the struts themselves, they do need some adjustments, and we have done some adjustments to it. I think there needs to be a perfect sweet spot where the adjustment is happy to compress the bag enough to get it laying flat. Now the back is in a perfect spot, it airs out, it goes flat, everyone's happy. But the problem that we got here is that at this aired out position, it is about 30-40 mil off the ground, but we've got a lot of lift, a lot more than the back. And if we look at the strut now, it's basically fully compressed. Like, it's not going to go anymore. If you get a lever bar underneath it and try to compress it, it like goes a little bit, but you can't really go any more than that. So that's like effectively fully compressed for the weight of the car. I went on the floor for the first time. I had no lift because I had the struts like bottomed out as low as they would basically go, and it still wouldn't air out fully. So the problem tells me that there is a problem somewhere else and something else is binding, and I think I've figured out. These dry shafts, yes, they're at quite a big angle, but not as aggressive as I've seen before. And I think the problem is we put so much camber in it, we've actually put the CVs so close together, so there's no in and out movement. That is solid. So I think what we're basically doing when we're jumping on it is like flexing the CV to let it drop a bit further. Whereas if I take a little bit of camber out, I should get that little bit extra drop. And I have actually got room to take some camber out. The only reason I got camber because I don't want it to touch the wing here, basically, because, well, I just don't want it to touch the bed. But I'm going to back off the camber. Like I did say, it was too much anyway. So I'm going to back off the camber. That should give some stress relief to the dry shaft. And then I'm going to also adjust this bottom collar on the bag and then lower it a little bit more by like an inch or so. And hopefully it will then air out flat against the floor. The back is perfect, but it is also limited on lift. If I give the car more lift, it won't air out as much because it doesn't want to compress the bag because the car is so light. So yeah, troubles that I've never had before, but the Amy will get done. So I'm going to give that a go, and hopefully I can get these chassis rails basically laying flat against the ground, and then I will feel like I've achieved something. This thing won't air out. It wants to go, but I think it's literally just not heavy enough to compress the bags. I put them in all sorts of different positions. Sun's gone down. Like, I've got it closer, but you know, like, it's still got like an inch to go, in my opinion. And there's nothing stopping it. Once you stand on it, it goes low enough, and the dry shafts have got clearance, and I don't know. Maybe the bags will wear themselves in and it will get a little bit lower, like you would a spring, and you drive it and it will get lower after a couple of days or whatever. Because obviously the bags are quite thick. Usually the weight of the car would overcome any stiffness it would have and fully air it out. But this car being so light, it's pretty weird. The bags on the back are a lot smaller. And the battery is in the back, and the main car battery is also in the back, so it's probably a little heavier at the back than it is the front. But I don't know, I'm struggling here. I've tried everything and can't seem to get it to air out. Maybe a ratchet strap to pull it down. This is how much it's not airing out. Which is basically the equivalent of a pack of Rizzlers. Maybe a bit more. I'd say that's like 15 mil. 10 mil maybe. Yeah, 10 mil. Which is not airing out. Why is it not airing out that extra 10 mil? I've been driving it around basically aired out. And I think it's getting better. So I'm going to do a couple more laps around the yard and see if I can get that to lay flat. Yeah. I just want it to lay flat, you know. It's annoying. It does look cool though. I'll give you that. It does look cool. The arches are just clear. Camera and tracking needs to be set and whatnot, but I think we're getting somewhere. A couple more laps aired out, and hopefully we'll have a car that sits just that 10 mil lower. Good idea to add that I've actually undone all of the all the bushes. All the bushes are loose, like they're finger tight. They're not going to fall off, they're just finger tight, so none of the bushes are getting bound up. I just wanted to make sure that was another thing that was cleared, but that's what you hear rattling around in the car, is the fact that everything is actually loose, finger tight, but I'm not going anything faster than 20 mile an hour. Just driving around the yard. Yeah, it's got like 10 psi on the front, 30 in the back. I'm driving really low on the front for a reason, but I think we'll be driving around 20 psi all around when it comes to actually driving it on the road. But yeah, I'm gonna waste some range around here just doing this for like half an hour or so, because I think it is getting better. I'm just wearing all the bushes in and the struts themselves. I think they are bedding in the more I drive it, which is weird. Obviously you don't have to do that on a normal car. This car has pulled all of the random little tricks and hacks I've ever done in my life and then just thrown them away, and it's like a big guesstimate of what is next. But it's a learning curve now. It is funny, but yeah, what a pain in the ass. Still reverse. Let's go. Good. Comfy. It's quite comfy. I think it's better than factory. Oh, going quick then. 25. Can't get past 28 in the driveway. So annoying. Just bedding in the stance. We're actually hitting the front on the ground now. We seem pretty planted. Has it worked? It's definitely getting closer now. There's like a tiny little bit that it needs to go. Just needs bedding in. It just needs bedding in. That rubbing is literally the plastic just on the edge there. So if I can wear that away perfectly, we'll be good. And look, that bag is getting more compressed the more we use it. We are working. It's getting there. You just need to wear it in. This car is 636 miles old. It's all brand new. Everything is stiff. I know everything is cheaply made, but it is all very much brand spanking new. So all these bushes and stuff, when I usually bag a car, 40,000 miles minimum. So you usually don't have this issue, which is why it's a little bit of like second guess, like, is that because of this, is that because of that? And I think it's just everything is quite firm, and usually the case is it doesn't really matter, but apparently now it is a problem. I mean, it's as good as, but I wish it was lower, in my opinion. Am I actually nuts, or is my attention to detail too much? I want that to be lower than it is. It's just annoying. I want that to sit flat against the floor all the time. But I've learned if you leave 10 psi in the back and then air out the front, it does drop the front a little bit more than the rear. As well as all that driving around as bedding it in, I think it just needs a lot of use and normal driving to get it perfect. But it's outside, it's driving, it's on the floor. Still a few things I need to button up, but in the grand scheme of things, it's on the floor, and I'd say that's the first bag damage. But I need to get it finished, and getting it, I need to get all the bumpers on, finish a few little bits and bobs, and then I will drive it actually on the road finished and show you all the finished result. Before I go, comment below what you think is holding up the front of this car, because I think I'm going to try one more thing before I give up on the front. Well, not give up, but like just put it down to being not heavy enough. I have had these drive shafts at a higher angle without the strut in there, so I think there is clearance on it, but I am going to take the drive shafts out, air it out, and then see if it makes a difference. If the drive shafts are holding it up, then I'll have to think about raising that motor to give it a bit more clearance and stuff like that, basically. So yeah, comment below what you think it is. Yeah, just do that. I am scratching the old head here, so yeah, help me out. Please. It looks, when it airs out, it bugs me that it's not sitting flush against the floor, and that really annoys me. It feels like mission failed. So yeah, comment below. Thank you very much. See you later. Goodbye.
So you can love walkers. Expedia members save on travel.